Did that work? Yeah. Okay, so we fixed the audio on YouTube. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're here on Supabase. We are going to look at NotWell database. Go to the table editor, go to the users table, and I just don't exist. Okay, so I reset the database and I forgot about that. Cool. You see how I just had to manually manipulate the route? That's what we're trying to avoid. I want to have a top bar where I can just click a home button, for example. So here we sign up. I should be able to click the home button if I want. Admittedly, that is hopefully not the usual case. Hopefully the person just proceeds to sign up. Okay, so we signed in. Let me log out and sign back in. Cool. So I can log out and I can log back in. So let's make a top bar. And the way I'm going to implement this, I'll first implement a core component. Oh, look at that. This is a different project, actually. Let me go ahead and lift. Basically steal this from another project that I have. Copy that. Core components. Okay, and I will paste it here. So here's a top nav. Now I don't want all of these things exactly. So there's a button. I don't know that I want that. So this will be a drop down. Am I going to have a drop down? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Not at the moment, no. Not at the moment. So I will not have a drop down at the moment. Will I have buttons? Yeah. Probably going to have buttons. And I definitely need this main component, this top bar component right here. This is a logo. We're not going to use that. So this will just be a home button. Link name subnav. So the link here. Maybe just a slash LMN name home. Oh, is subnav actually required? Seems like that should be defaulted to yeah, it should be marked as optional, right? That way it's sort of defaulted to undefined. So here I'm spelling out the type. So link will be a string. Let's see. Looks like I don't want to include the slash. Name will also be a string. And then subnav, we'll do a question mark, so it's optional. And then that can be, I don't know. top nav link array. Cool. So I need to install material. This link is interesting because I want to go back to the home page, which should just be a slash, which should mean that the link value here is an empty link. So I could make this optional. I could pass an empty or undefined, and that would end up being just the slash. This is, in principle, going to make every top nav button default to sending me home. Is that what I want? Alternatively, I could do like a not found page by default. I think going to try out doing the empty string here, and we'll see where that gets us. What does your stack consist of? I'm using blitz.js. Here, I'll quickly show you the home page. So it's a wrapper around next. So this is blitz.js.com. He's not answering on TikTok chat. Yeah, I look down every couple minutes. It's not really continuous. Angular is superior to React. All right. I mean, no, but good job being spicy. Cool. So here I have top nav buttons defined over here in the constants, top nav buttons. These are not correct for this project. These are from a different project. So what do I want to have here? I want to have a home page, but the home page is going to be on the left. For now, I will just comment this. For now, it's just going to be an empty array. I guess we can do a couple. We can do a couple for now, right? We can do parties and wish lists, right? So parties to wish lists. And then I'll comment this manage because I might end up using that in the future. We'll do this in alphabetical order. And that looks pretty good for now. Okay. Big issue here, we need to install material. I'm also not sure that I need this right region thing. Yeah, I don't know. Types of property link are incompatible. Why is link coming across as undefined? top nav buttons. There's no case in which link is undefined, right? Link is always a string. String or undefined is not assignable to type string. Yeah, so it's saying that link here is string or undefined. Feels like that might just be a compile issue. Oh, okay, here it is. Top nav item is either a nav link or a nav dropdown. Okay. Top nav item is possibly undefined. Top nav buttons is an array of top nav item. I got it. Yeah, that's a little confusing just because it's called top nav buttons, which makes it look like an array of top nav buttons. So I'll just rename it top nav items, which has a slightly different type compared to top nav button. So now that we call it top nav items, let's go over here. Top nav buttons, top nav items is an array of top nav items. And this has a possibly undefined link. And so that is where the type of concern is coming from. So what do we do if the link is undefined? Well, this actually handles an undefined link. So that's just it's just an incorrect type. Cool, because it's already checking. It's already doing a null check, basically. What are you building? Building Welephant, which is spelled like elephant with a W. You can read the README on GitHub. This is a party planning tool. And I'm working on navigation currently. Cool, so basically I need to distinguish between these two types. I don't actually have a subnav currently, so I might just get rid of this concept. Let's see. Just to see if this would work. I'm not even sure I really want to do this. This would be top nav link, right? So it seems like that works. So here we say it is top nav item or undefined. And here we say it is top nav link. Why don't we just say it's top nav item to begin with? Oh, because it could be subnav with subnavs. Okay. And so why don't I just do this? Because it's not true, that's the reason. So I could have nested subnavigations, nested dropdowns. And I could just pick to always represent those as, really that's a distinct entity. Should I represent those as links or buttons? I could do either one, or I could do a distinct additional entity. Do you like PHP? Not really. Yeah, this is TypeScript. So I think it's correct to say that these are top nav items because they could be any kind of top nav item. So then why does that irritate? And a top nav item could be either of these. Yep, this seems true to me. So why does that irritate the TypeScript compiler over here? And it irritates it because this button is expecting that it will always be a link. Well, it won't always be a link, will it? It will be an item. And so now this is the real problem. So this is an item. Well, this becomes rather silly because this says, right, if subnav exists, pass it in, otherwise render a button. So if subnav does exist, if subnav does exist, it's an item array. That's okay, that's good. And so now the drop-down is agitated. So the drop-down has its own prop definition. So that's the reason it's agitated. Got it, because it just so happens that these are always links today. In principle, though, they need not be. So I think that's just kind of coincidental. So now let's go back to where this thing is used. And are you still mad? And now you're not mad anymore. Okay, that was a fun exercise, especially because I don't think I'm actually using the dropdown, but at least we made everyone happy. So I need to, so we don't really need this nav link thing. So I need to install material, right? So there's a way to do this in Blitz called a recipe. What's your backend? I'm using Next.js on the backend. I think it uses Koa, the Koa server. Is it Node? Yeah, technically the runtime will be Node.js, but I think the server-side framework is Koa. I mean, it depends at what level you talk about the framework, because on top of that is Next, and Next is a framework. But anyway, frameworks on frameworks, right? Blitz recipes. Material. Really, I just need to remember the syntax to install a recipe. Okay, it's just Blitz install. So is it material UI? Is there a dash? Material dash UI. So let's see what that does. Thanks for the follow. This is part 15 in a playlist. If you go over to my YouTube channel, you can see the link in my TikTok bio, or just search my name on YouTube. And all 15 videos are saved in a playlist over there. You can see the whole thing. Spider Bear says, I teach full stack development. Awesome, glad to see you here. Thank you for teaching people. I know it's not easy. Java, Spring Boot, and React. Awesome. Pretty good stack there. Tim23098, thank you for the follow. All right, press enter to continue. Cool. We can see it's also installing Emotion. Emotion's a great library on mobile phones that will help us with some animations and things. Five dependencies installed. Come on, file diff. How long will this take, I wonder? Is this React? Kind of, yeah. React is included in my stack. I think that's the best way to say it. React is included in my stack. It's not just React, but it includes React. Eight minutes, no way. I'll give this thing another 60 seconds and then I'll be mad. In the meantime, we can take a look at this right nav and left nav thing, what's going on there. So here's the right region. In the right region, we have a search component. I always admire React, but hate the coding structure. Sorry about that. Maybe Blitz.js would help. So it includes some opinions to organize, say, for example, the file structure. I don't know if that's a pain point, but organized by page makes a lot of sense. Any tips for the CompTIA exam? I don't have any tips. Sorry about that. Quick reminder, if you go over to YouTube, you can see the full screen. All right, or Twitch also. So here you can see we're using useState. What is this for? This is for the search. I don't need search. At least not currently. Like maybe in the future my website would use search. I guess that could make sense. Yeah, that could make sense in the future. But at the moment, I don't want to do it. So I'm going to comment that out. No need for a search icon. I'm not going to comment that out. I'm just going to delete it. We're not going to have search right now. We can add search in the future, maybe. Let me create a GitHub issue for that. Hi, what are you making? Sorry. We're making Welephant. You can see that on GitHub, Vanderveer/Welephant. Check out the README. It's a party planning tool. No, I meant the structure of mixing HTML and JavaScript. Yeah, that's JSX. That's pretty unique to React, or at least, kind of kicked off with React. Can I do pull requests on your GitHub? Absolutely. Pull requests are welcome. Cool, so we're going to delete search, got rid of that. And then if there's no search here, do we even need this right region, so-called? Here's an H, what's the H for? Oh, that's for like a user profile. That does make sense. It does make sense to have a user profile. So I'll keep that. What about this notification badge? Again, something we can do in the future. So really, this sort of reduces down to the user profile. So that's going to simplify this a lot. Now that we don't have useState, I can arrow directly at the box. Simplify the syntax a little bit. And now we have a component that has been reduced to under 15 lines. That's great, right? So we'll keep the top nav right region just for this profile tool. So here's the right region that's taking up this small section of the grid. Then we have a small section on the left for the home button and a large section in the middle, 8 out of 12 parts, dedicated to sort of the main nav area, let's say. So I think this looks fair. The diff is taking a long time. So I'm interested in basically killing that process. Let me refresh and see. Yeah, it looks like the The recipe failed, basically. I think you might need to run that recipe at like project initialization time, so I might be late. Or something could be wrong with the recipe. I don't know. Let me double check if I'm using package lock or yarn lock, and then I'll just manually install those dependencies. So I have a yarn lock file. Thank you for the follows. So we had this cool dynamic screen, but now I can't remember the specific name of those dependencies. I'm going to the other project and basically stealing bits. I don't know if I need the icon library. Let's see. Seems like I do not. Seems like I do not need that. What language is this? TypeScript. Command material. Oh. Is it React? Yeah, this includes React. It's not just React. It's Blitz.js. Check out blitzjs.com. Here's another quick shout out. Y'all can go vote for me for the Noonies Award. Noonies.tech/2020. Voting is over in 4 hours, and I'm placing in 2. I've been nominated for 2 sections. You can go to the search, type my name. You see my name results in 2 options, and you can go vote for me on both of these. Yep, there I am. So check that out, noonies.tech. Cool, installation is done. Now I can see my IDE is no longer complaining about material. So I'm quickly scanning my components. And things are looking pretty good. So let's take this top nav and add this onto a page. Let's go to the I don't know, the login page maybe. So here's the login page, and you can see this is a Blitz page. In the future, I should create a generic page component that replaces the layout component. For the moment, I will just add a top nav right here. Import that. So we'll log out and we'll go to the login page. And yeah, we can kind of see it. It looks pretty goofy. There's that home button. Here's parties and wish lists. Let's see if those work. Click the wish list button. Takes us to the wish list page. Click the, let's go back. So the theme is incorrectly defined. That's why it looks so goofy. Let me click the parties page. That works. It says I'm not authenticated, but that's correct. We go to the home page. This was the diciest one, right? Does it even have an href? Yeah, it has an empty href attribute. So here, this is not letting me get to my home page, which is just at the slash. So what I'd like to do here is, I think maybe just drop that slash from there. And so really, I can just do this. Which is really just equivalent to that. So that's fine. Now I'll go over here to the items and I'll have to add in the slash. Oh no, the inconvenience. The utter inconvenience. The other thing I could do is add a special case for the slash in the component. I don't think it's a big deal either way. I kind of like this. This is more explicit. You actually say exactly where you're going. So here in the home link, let's do a slash like that. Let's see if this works better now. And it does. We're back at the home page. Do you know Node 2? Yeah, I do. Do you code this for work or for fun? This is for fun. Thanks for being here. That's the end of the stream. You know, I stream at least once weekly, so follow the page. And sometimes I stream a lot more than that. It's been 3 times this past week. Talk to you next time.